Today's adventure is brought to you by Squarespace, and welcome back to Sri Lanka everybody, and welcome to the last video of this series. As you can see, I'm a little bit tired, and that's because it's 5 o'clock in the morning and it was a long journey to get here on the east coast of the island. This is a stunning part of the country and I've got lots to share, so relax and enjoy this last slice of Sri Lankan bliss. Good morning, welcome back to Sri Lanka and welcome to the very east coast of Arugam Bay. I came here yesterday. My hotel, beautiful, right in the middle of everything, nice and quiet. It's about $90 a night, so it's definitely the most expensive place I've stayed in. I wanted to treat myself. So 3 nights here, last night, tonight and tomorrow. I think this part of Sri Lanka is quite unique and draws the surfers. A huge long bay, beautiful stretch of sand, and at the far end where I'm at right now is kind of like the backpacker area. And yesterday afternoon there was 100 or 200 people hanging out here at the tip on the sands. You had beginner surfers over by the bars and stuff like that because there's a much lower sandbank and everybody was learning how to surf there. And if you come around to the very tip and you walk around the edge like where I'm at now, this is where the higher level surfers catch waves. All of the Brazilians and the Europeans were playing football, and we didn't get an incredible sunset or anything, but it was a real nice vibe, and it just seems very laid back and chill, and I can tell I'm gonna like it here, hence why I booked 3 nights. You know when you drive into a town and you look around and you see the restaurants, you see the food, you see the vibe, you see the beach, you see that everybody looks really happy and relaxed. That's when you know it's time to take a chill pill and enjoy it. So I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning and decided to come to watch the sunrise, but there's a huge big storm out there, so it's not really created a beautiful sunrise, but that's okay. It's just nice to go for a morning stretch and watch the surfers go out and catch some waves. The plan for this video is to show you around this town and this beach and this bay area for the next couple of days. I'm going on a safari and I want to show you some of the cool things to see and do here as well. So enjoy the video. That was cool. This bay is also not just home to backpackers surfing and smoking weed, but it's a very profitable and active fishing ground. And if you come here early in the morning, all of the fishing boats line up and one at a time come full speed onto the sand and just beach themselves. And then the locals help them drag it onto their section of the beach, and then they haul out their catch, take it down the market, make some money, and probably go straight to sleep because they've been out fishing all night. So yeah, if you find yourself awake at 5 o'clock in the morning and you want to come down and watch the sunrise and check out the surfers, that's one thing you could do. Second thing is just come down here. The activity is crazy. There's just boat after boat after boat coming in. Some of them have caught nothing. Some of them have got some big fish in there. Some of them have got loads of sardines. Everyone's really friendly and they're asking you like, oh, where are you from? What are you doing here? Do you want to go fishing? It's hard work pushing these boats. Hey. 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 As soon as they help one boat, another one comes in. Yeah, a very unique and interesting local fishing scene that I wanted to share with you. And later that day, it was time to go on a safari. Sri Lanka is packed with national parks, and most of them offer safari options, and Arugam Bay is right next to a really beautiful national park, and it offers the chance to see some of the most beautiful animals away from the big crowds in the neighbouring parks such as Yala or Udawalawe. really quick, if you're looking to build a website, maybe you have a small business or a passion project that you really want to start making profit, head to squarespace.com. These are the guys that I use to make my website, and you'll be surprised at just how easy it is to not only build a website but to publish. Simply choose one of their professional award-winning templates, and then it's really easy. You can get creative, amend the text, add your own pictures, add your own videos, add your own widgets, and start selling products and services, or just communicate with your audience. Whatever you need to do through your website, you've got that covered over at Squarespace. Head to squarespace.com and build the website completely for free. After you've watched this video, grab a cup of tea and start playing around, and you'll see how fun and creative and easy it is to make a website on Squarespace. And then when you're ready to go live, go to squarespace.com/Paddy Doyle and you'll get 10% off your very first domain. Okay, we've just arrived at the entrance of the park, and the driver's paying for our tickets. And there's a little information center. They've also got a wall of over 50 different leopards that have been identified, photographed, that live in this park alone. And there's a map, and you can see that this national park borders Yala National Park, which is much bigger, and I've been there and it's terribly busy. You might see one leopard and then there'll be 30 vans all around. I made a video about that when I went last time on the Budgeteers, and it was it kind of soured the experience. I'm just thinking though that I'm wearing the wrong shirt. I've got this like tiger print running shirt thing, and I've just come just to have a little look on the edge of this bridge pier thing to look at the buffalo, and they've all just run away from me because maybe I look like a tiger. I'm going to keep my eye out for the very special black-necked stork, which is very rare and only lives here apparently. Very rare type of bird. And obviously lots of leopards, maybe we'll see one, and elephants and all the usual beautiful birds, monkeys and reptiles that you can find here in Sri Lanka. So fingers crossed we see stuff. I've got a lovely German couple with me, and that's it. And then we're going to meet our guide. We're going to get in. Make sure you don't have any valuables with you when you arrive, because there's a troop of monkeys and they were all peering their faces in, trying to grab a biscuit or whatever they could find. So make sure you don't have anything they can grab when you arrive. What's your name? Okay. If you want to go on a tour like this, I'll put you in touch with these guys. I'll put the information in the description. And as you'll see, they did a good job of showing us around the national park. Even just at this entrance, we saw all of these buffalo, a few deer, and 3 huge crocodiles right by the water's edge at the entrance. We've been here 5 minutes. 5 minutes and we've seen 3 crocodiles. Yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes. Kumara National Park is packed with wildlife, and it seemed like there was a never-ending supply of animals to observe and enjoy as we drove through the park. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you'll know that this is such a contrast to my experience in Borneo recently, where I was on a river cruise for 3 days searching for orangutans and elephants, and to be honest, we saw very little. But here in Sri Lanka, you really feel that you're in nature's paradise and you're a guest in these wild and fertile lands. My only critic of this tour was that you could tell our guides were really keen for us to find one of the many leopards that call this park home, which meant that whenever we saw some deer or some buffalo or any interesting animals, we would have a look and then quickly rush off in search of the leopard. This meant that trying to enjoy the nature was a little bit frustrating because we were rushing around, and obviously it meant that the drive was a little bit bumpy, to say the least. I know the guides only want what's best for us, but if you, like me, enjoy a more peaceful, more relaxed safari and just let what happens and, you know, just go slow, then just give them a little bit of feedback when you begin the tour and let them know that you want to take in as much of the beauty as possible in a relaxed pace. There's a leopard on the road. And he sits back down. This is very different to when I was in Yala. When I went to Yala National Park, there was a leopard and surrounded by other jeeps. But look. Yeah, to get that close and personal with such a beautiful animal was an amazing experience, and it kind of made up for all of the previous rushing around. And once the leopard had been ticked off our list, the pace of the safari really slowed down and we got to soak up the wonderful atmosphere much more. We saw tons of other animals, dozens of crocodiles, and on our way out of the park, we even saw elephants, which was just the perfect way to end the safari. Okie dokie. Welcome to an interesting place I'll tell you about now, but also welcome to the final scene of not just this episode but the entire Sri Lankan series, and I'll explain. So firstly, this is Elephant Rock and it sits at the end of the bay, not Arugam Bay but the bay just next to it. You just drive the tuk-tuk about 15 minutes and then there's a little car park. You can park up there. You can get a taxi from town if you don't have your own. And then it's about a 10 or 15 minute walk through some bush, up some rocks, overlooking this beautiful surfers area where there seems to be a lot of beginners learning, a lot of surf school, and they're catching a nice gentle wave that just slides across these rocks. And there's a little area where people are sunbathing, there's people fishing. There's also lots of elephant poo, and we were told to be careful that there are elephants in this area, and they just live wild. So, you know, they're not pets and they're not friendly. Don't get too close to them. And they do literally live all around here. I've not seen one around the rock, but I did see two on the way here driving the tuk-tuk. They just live in the farmland in the countryside around Arugam Bay and outside of the national park. this little gem of an island off the coast of India is just wilderness, national parks, and little towns dotted around. It's a real harmony between nature and humans here, and it's the most incredible country that I visited this year. And so that brings me to this point. So I told you at the beginning of this video that I was going to be in Arugam Bay for a few days just to relax, and that's kind of what I've been doing. I shot the safari yesterday, I shot the beach and the fishing the day before, and I'm leaving tomorrow morning. This was always going to be a short trip for me. I'm actually only filming here for 10 days. I'm here for 12 days, but I've got 2 days to drive back to Negombo, and I'm going to take my time, and I'm going to go through some places I've never been before, and I'm not going to film. Sometimes, as I've learned over the years of being a content creator, it's good to film and share things with you, but it's also nice to put the cameras away and have a more authentic traveler's experience, which is not having to film every waking minute. So thank you for watching the Sri Lankan series. I really wanted to capture what it was like renting the electric tuk-tuk. This whole trip came about because tuk-tuk rental invited me. I had no plans to come here, but I've always wanted to come back, and the electric tuk-tuk with my wrist and getting the right paperwork finally enabled me to come and actually do the tuk-tuk and not just sit in the back. And I hope I documented, especially at the beginning, what it's like driving an electric tuk-tuk and the challenges of charging it. In reality, it took me a couple of days to figure out the kinks and the plugs and the adapters and how far it can really go. But right now I feel really experienced, and I feel like I could whip around this entire island for another month happily, but I don't have another month. But I will be back, and I think I would really like to wait until Sri Lanka and to tuk-tuk rental have a fleet of electric tuk-tuks, and maybe we can do a group tour, me and you and a few other people. We can rent the e-tuk-tuks and just bomb around. Hopefully when they've got the fast chargers available, because that will just make the whole trip a lot easier. So yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you with some scenes of this beautiful Elephant Rock and the surfers, and some highlights of my time here, to a beautiful song that we all love on this channel. And I just want to say thank you for watching. I love you. You guys are the best. You support me just by watching. And if anyone likes and comments, that just goes an extra. And people who join Patreon just go even far and above and beyond. So just thank you for watching. I hope this series was useful, and I hope it brought a smile to your face. And the next time I'll see you will be in South America for the very first time. Okay, see you soon.
Oh baby, I love